Hey peeps, my name is Naisha and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about Vampire Academy and basically what I think went wrong. Now I'm just going to say disclaimer, this is my opinions and my opinions only. So if you're going to be in your feelings, just go ahead, click out now, watch one of my other videos. And that's all I have to say about it because, again, like I said, these are my opinions and my opinions only. Now, with that being said, also there'll be spoilers. So if you do have Peacock, I suggest you go ahead and watch Vampire Academy now and then come back and you could hear what I have to say. Now on to basically my thoughts about it. So also before I begin, just in case if someone's wondering, what is Vampire Academy and why do people make a big deal about it? Well, if you don't know, Vampire Academy is actually a series of 6 young adult paranormal romance novels by American author Rachel Mead. It tells the story of Rose Hathaway. She's a Danbury girl who is training to be a guardian of her Moroi best friend, Lisa Dragomir. In the process of learning how to defeat Strigoi in St. Vladimir's Academy, Rose finds herself caught in a forbidden romance with her instructor, Dmitry Belikov, while having an unbreakable psychic bond with Lisa. Now, okay, so basically back with Vampire Academy. So, if you don't know, Vampire Academy actually has a movie. That movie was actually supposed to be 6 movies. However, the first movie bombed very badly. It was horrible. Trust me, I watched it. It was horrible. Now, also side note, Vampire Academy also has a spin-off called Bloodlines. I read that too. Love me some Bloodlines. So that was the main reason why I was hopeful for Vampire Academy having being decided to be made into a TV show. I was hoping that if they got good people behind it, I was hoping that they would also make Bloodlines, because I'm gonna be honest, Bloodlines, whew, now that will make an even better TV series. However, we got what we got with Vampire Academy, the TV show, so yeah. Now, when I first found out that Vampire Academy was going to be made into a TV show, I was actually very ecstatic because I was like, okay, you could actually go by the book. I'm gonna be honest, I thought that they was going to take the Bridgerton approach, which was like, I thought because there was 6 books, I thought that it was gonna be 6 seasons. Season 1 would definitely be Vampire Academy. Everything that the first book was. That's what I thought. Season 2, Frostbite. I thought we was gonna get into Frostbites. Which let me just give you a little bit of Frostbite. It follows Rose and Lisa as they navigate through their tangled love lives. A Strigoi attack, which has Saint Vladimir on high alert, and a school ski trip crashed by deadly Strigoi. And then season 3, I thought it was going to be Shadow Kiss, which follows Rose and Lisa as graduation looms near. Rose begins to have worrying visions and has fallen in love with her instructor and mentor, Dmitry Belikov. The Strigoi attack Saint Vladimir, and Rose is forced to decide between protecting Lisa or losing Dmitry. Season 4, and yes, I'm going to go through all these. Season 4, again, I thought it was going to be Blood Promise, which follows Rose as she deals with the aftermath of the recent Strigoi attack on Saint Vladimir. She must decide between honoring her life's vow and protecting Lisa, or leaving the academy to hunt down Dimitri, who is now a Strigoi. Season 5, which will be Spirit Bound, follows Rose as she returns to St. Vladimir. While life after graduation awaits both Rose and Lisa, Rose cannot forget about failing to kill Dimitri. Rose fears comes true, and Dimitri comes hunting after her, now a Strigoi, and wishing for her to join him too. Season 6, and the final season, I thought it was going to be Last Sacrifice, which follows Rose, who is in prison awaiting a wrongful execution, and Lisa, who is grappling for the Moroi throne. Both must go to incredible lengths to find freedom, leaning on enemies and friends alike. Now, that's what I thought was going to happen. However, once I found out Julie Plex was behind it, all my hopes and dreams were dashed. Now, we're not going to get into like the whole, race, like of the different people, like the different characters, and like, them changing their race and stuff. We're not going to get into that, because my thing is that wasn't the important thing behind it. The important thing behind Vampire Academy that really ticked me off was the fact that they changed everything about Vampire Academy. I'm sorry, but it's like, and before someone comes in my comment and being like, well, you can't go by the book. Like, you can. You may not could like do everything by the book, but you can do most of it, okay? And it's like they didn't do that. They didn't do that at all. Basically, look at the summary. The summary says vampire-human hybrid Rose and vampire royalty Lisa transcend palace politics and societal oppression through friendship as they try to define their futures. Here's the thing. All of that I read to you, like literally all of that I read to you, like, and I read you each summary. I read Vampire Academy, Frostbite, Shadow Kiss, Blood Promise, Spirit Bound, Last Sacrifice. Let me tell you, the only palace politics that like come up are basically in Last Sacrifice, okay? Now, of course, like you get little things like here and there, to let you know, like, what's going on behind the scenes. But like to basically again just change everything that made Vampire Academy, it just pissed me off. First things first, they were not at Vampire Academy. There were sometimes they was at Vampire Academy, but for the most part, they was at the court. Here's the thing. They don't really go to court until, I want to say, Spirit Bound and Last Sacrifice. Those are the only times that they go to court. But for the most part, and stuff like that, Blood Promise, I want to let you know, like, of course, Rose, she's out in the world and stuff like that. But when there are times when you do see Lisa, because, like, Rose and Lisa, they are, like, they have a psychic bond thanks to the fact that Lisa basically brought Rose back to life. So Rose could see inside of Lisa's head. So When there are times when Rose do like see inside Lisa's head, Lisa is like, she's at school, or like if she's not at school, she was, I want to say she was with um somebody else, at that time. But yeah, the point is, it's like in the TV show, you have again, you basically have them like at court. like like it's nothing. Like I'm thinking like it that really grind my gear, because it's like season 1 could just been what the book was about, and before anyone be like, oh well, it it's kind of boring. It ain't that boring. It's not that boring at all. My thing is, if you could sit there and watch Wednesday, you could watch Vampire Academy if they was at the school. Like, stop that line. Stop that line, okay? Like, don't give me that, because there were times on Wednesday where like um they really didn't do much, but it was still interesting. Like, again, and then if I'm not mistaken, like Vampire Academy, the book actually was pretty interesting to me. So, like, again, do not go there. They could have stuck by the books. They could have, again, season 1 could have been book 1, season 2 could have been book 2, and so on and so forth, so forth. So yeah, don't give me that. Not to mention, um, they also change a bit of the characters. First of all, Mia Rinaldi is now Mia Karp. She is she and Sonia are sisters now, who have been adopted by Victor and his husband Robert. And I'm just like, that just weird, because Robert has their like, and I think that's another thing that kind of bothers me, because I'm thinking like, okay, so Victor is, he's royalty and stuff like that, like, he's nobility. My thing is, how the hell is he the only nobility, but his kids and his husband ain't? Because I'm thinking like, okay, they married, shouldn't they also be nobility? Like, I'm just saying, nobility by marriage. I was like, that would make sense if they, like, I don't know, that I just think like that was kind of weird and stuff, because in that case it's like, it was like, yeah, that's what I'm saying, it was weird. Also, Mia wasn't a bitch. She was not a bitch in this TV show. Like, I'm gonna be honest, in the book, especially the first book, she was a bitch. Like, straight up. But this Mia, she wasn't a bitch. But people over here talking about she is a bitch. Like, they over there been like, she's just a bitch. And I'm thinking like, but she's not though. She wasn't. Like, she was being a real person. Like, she was saying things that was like, that made sense. Like, so you mean to tell me her telling the truth? And the crazy part about it, she wasn't even being brutal. She wasn't being blunt, nothing. She was just saying like, saying whatever came to her mind and stuff like that. And I was like, that's not being a bitch. She just telling y'all the truth. Like, when she was talking to Lisa, I'm gonna be honest, Lisa basically had this little naive thought in her head, and she just told Lisa the truth. I was like, that's not a bitch move. You just telling her the truth. How is that being a B? Like, that made no sense to me. Another thing was, I'm gonna be honest, Victor, who they cast for Victor. I did not like it. Don't get me wrong. I love the actor. I really do. I love me some Jay. However, he did not fit Victor, in my opinion. Like, and the way he played Victor, the way he played Victor, sorry about that, guys, but the way he played Victor, it wasn't the Victor that like I got from the books and even the movie. Because even though the movie is trash, I did like the actor who played Victor because he played Victor the way Victor should be played. Whereas Jay, the way he played Victor, he got the like I already knew he was gonna get the charismatic, Victor down pack. Like I already knew that. Like I already knew he was gonna get that down pack from the T. But it's the vicious side of Victor that I was kind of concerned about, and I had every right to be concerned because he didn't give me vicious. He gave me desperate, and that's not Victor at all. Victor's not desperate. Yeah, he does things the way he wants, but he's not desperate about it. So I was a little disappointed with how he played Victor and stuff. Same thing with Christian because Christian gives me I don't give a fuck about what no one says. Like I don't care. Like I don't care what you say. I'm gonna be me type of vibe. And I'm gonna be honest, he didn't give me that. He gave me mopey. He gave me whiny. And I did not like that. I was like, no, no, no. Like, I mean, movie Victor, not movie Victor, but movie Christian, I kind of didn't like either. But I'm just saying, movie Christian was better than the Christian we got in the TV show. I did not care for it. I don't know who told the actor to act like that, but they gave him the wrong direction. I just feel like, and then like the way he was dressed again, like again the vibe he was giving me, like I just didn't like. I'm thinking if anything, if any of you guys have played Romance Club and y'all play Rage of Titans, I'm thinking Christian was going to look like Murphy from Rage of Titans Romance Club. If not, if not that, I was like the vibe that I'm getting from Christian is either that vibe or again Romance Club but Garden of Eden cast. Like he was giving me like his like that attitude. Like if you ever played Romance Club and you played Garden of Eden, um and the guy on there, one of the guys named Cass, like he gave me I'm thinking Christian would give me that vibe. But he didn't, and I was so disappointed in that. Which brings me to Mason. Y'all could have dyed his hair. Y'all really could have dyed his hair. You could have dyed his hair red. You could. He would look cute with red hair. Let's be honest. He would have and stuff. The fact that y'all did not dye his hair, because like the thing about Mason is he has red hair. That's what made him Mason. Mason over here looking like Eddie. Cause I'm sorry, but Mason looked like what I would have want Eddie to look like. And then if you saw how Eddie looked like a Mason. I was like, now y'all could have switched roles. Y'all could have switched roles. Like homie could have played Eddie, and then the one that played Eddie could have played Mason because again, the red hair. And then I'm not gonna lie, but Mason was a little bit whiny as well. I was like Mason wasn't even goofy or funny and stuff like that. I was so disappointed. I was like, and and I think that's another thing because my thing is yes, Vampire Academy is dark, but like some of the character are kind of funny. Rose is one of them. She has her little snarky remarks that she be making, and then of course Mason could be lighthearted and funny at times and things like that. So it's like they did not give me that, and I was so disappointed. Though I wasn't disappointed in Rose because even though she gave me more badass than like funny with it, I still like the way she played Rose. However, the person, um, But yeah, like, but Mason, I did not like how he was played. So yeah, that was a no for me, dog. A no for me. Another thing is the fact that Tatiana wasn't even queen. I was like, what is this? What is this? I was livid. I was like, she's not queen. Why? Why isn't she queen? She should have been the queen. Queen. No, she wasn't queen. Instead, they just made her Tatiana, and then the fact that she and Andre had a sex scene, which ticked me the f off because that's not why I'm reading Vampire Academy for some sex scene and stuff like that. Like what in the? And it's like like my thing is, I already knew there was gonna be some sex scene, especially with Rose and Dimitri. I'm expecting that. That's fine. Um, that was fine. But like sex scenes with other people, I was not. I was not expecting that. Um, and also I was not expecting sex scene so early. Let me tell you, I was expecting sex scene. If I'm being completely honest, Shadow Kiss. I mean, the third season. I expected a sex scene in the third season. In the first season, no. First season, I wasn't expecting no sex scene. And also, I just want to say this loud and clear. Y'all need to stop thinking like sex sells. It does not. Okay, sometimes it does, but in this case with Vampire Academy, no, it did not sell. Matter of fact, it was very cringy to me because I'm thinking like, what in the Bridgerton's going on here? That's literally what I was thinking because the way they just, you know, bam, a sex scene kind of remind me of the way Bridgerton did it. When like the first episode of Bridgerton, like everything's all nice and dandy, and then all of a sudden, you see Anthony just banging somebody. Yeah, that's exactly what we got. Like everything seemed nice and dandy all of a sudden. Then this, and bam, we see Tatiana and Andre over here just, just, just banging each other. I'm like, what is this? I was very flabbergasted. Okay, I was I was very flabbergasted. And another thing about Queen Tatiana that pissed me off, well, not Queen Tatiana, but Tatiana that pissed me off. She's young. I did not like it. And that's another thing that I'm gonna need for Hollywood and just people in the TV and movie shows in general. I'm gonna need for y'all to cast people the right age. Okay? Because again, Queen Tatiana gave me like she was either around her late 50s or like up. Okay? And I'm gonna be honest, the person that played Tatiana, she don't look like she in her 50s and up. She looked like she about around my age, which I didn't like. Yeah, but she looked like she around my age, and I didn't like that. She looked like she was in her 30s or late 20s. Again, why? No, absolutely not. Did not like that. Hated it. Like I really did. I hated it. And the crazy part about it is that the queen they had, which I want to say Queen Marina and stuff like that, she gave me Queen Tatiana. Then yeah, she gave me Queen Tatiana, and that's the thing I didn't understand. I was like, I didn't understand the why they did. I didn't understand why the person they cast for Queen Marina, why she couldn't just play as Queen Tatiana, because that is around the age I'm thinking Queen Tatiana to look like and stuff like that. That's that's what I'm expecting her to look like. Okay, so I didn't understand why they didn't do that. Like that made no sense to me. And then also here's the thing. Now Queen Tatiana, now she's a bitch. She is, but she's a classy bitch. Okay? this Tatiana, she was crazy. She was a crazy bee, like very crazy, and the things that she did, Queen Tatiana would never like. So I was just again confused, like all of it. It was very confusing. Was truly confusing. And as a Vampire Academy fan, because I am, I was like confused. I was like, what the hell is this? What is this? Like the way everything unfolded and unraveled, I was like, this is trash. Like, what is this? Like, I really legit was thinking, like, this is trash. I was like, I kind of wish, like, I just wish they kind of would do what Shonda Rhimes is doing with Bridgerton. That's what I was hoping. I was hoping that they would do what Shonda Rhimes did with Bridgerton. Like, again, because, like, even though they changed some things about Bridgerton, they still went majority by the book. This, they did not. They decided, I don't know why, but they decided because Vampire Diaries was a success, they could do the same thing. Newsflash, you can't. Not in this day and age. First of all, it's like what people need to realize, especially if you're going to reboot something, you're going to have to do it right. The main reason why Vampire Academy, the movie, sucked is because, I'm going to be honest, it didn't seem like they went by the book, in my opinion. Not like, and also it's just, it's, and then the vibe that I was getting from it just seemed campy. Vampire Academy, the TV show, actually had the right vibe. It did. It had the right vibe. However, the execution was just horrible. Like the way things unfolded was horrible. It's like again, they had everything for it. They just decided to just be like, okay, we're gonna scrap like what Vampire Academy actually is and create our own, because that's what they did. Because you wasn't in school for most of it. Like there was a lot of stuff that happened like in the first book and stuff like that. And then not only that, but the most important part of Vampire Academy they just scrapped, which was the fact that Rose and Lisa basically ran away from Saint Vladimir into the real world, and they've been in the real world for 2 years. Okay? And then Dimitri ends up like Dimitri and a few more guardians end up, but like Dimitri, like they got Dimitri to like, get them. But yeah, like they, and then they get Dimitri to like basically bring them back and stuff like that. Like that part people wanted to see. Okay, that could have been 2 episodes, especially like of Rose and Lisa in the real world doing their own thing and things like that. That could have been 2 episodes, and then the third episode could have been Dimitri bringing their ass back to Saint Vladimir and stuff like that. But no, they decided to go this weird ass route. I don't know why. Like it like everything about it was just weird. And then another thing that ticked me off. Now here's the thing. Now Lisa is the last like Dragomir because her parents and her brother was killed. So to have, especially at like at the end of the show, to have it like, oh, Andre's alive, and then oh no, the Shogor got him, and now he's turned into a Shogor. I ain't gonna lie, I was like, no, no, yeah, this is the final season. This is the final season. This is the final season. That right there made me like, this is the final season. And when Mason gets badly injured once again, this is the final season. I'm thinking to myself. And then at the end, of course, Lisa and Rose are running away because, of course, Tatiana, she became queen, but she said that Lisa and Rose, but mostly Lisa, is responsible for Queen Marina's death because, yeah, she's because like Marina, Queen Marina. I feel like I'm saying her name wrong. I'm gonna say Queen Ma, but Queen Ma, like, basically she was poisoned because the human that she always feed on has been poisoned. So yeah, and I'm thinking to myself like, also, if you hear any voices, I apologize. Um, but anywho, I was so like disappointed, like, cause I was like, why? Now they on the run. This is like, I'm sorry. It it's just it really frustrated me so bad how they changed everything. And it's like, you can't do that with Vampire Academy just because you did that with Vampire Diaries. And let me tell you why that worked. Because I'm gonna be honest, I ain't never heard of Vampire Diaries. Like when people said that, oh, it's actually a book. I'm like, oh, Vampire Diaries is a book. Did not realize that. That's the reason why Vampire Diaries could thrive so much. So one, because of like there being like Twilight being there, but two, because like I said, like no one, I don't think most people, but yeah, I don't think most people knew, especially the ones that was watching Vampire Diary religiously. I don't think they knew that Vampire Diaries was a book, and even if they did know it was a book, um, when not if, like, even if they did know that it was a book, they probably didn't read the book and stuff like that. And so, like, but however, with Vampire Academy already had a fan base. Trust me, I'm a part of that fan base. Like, it had like, so it had like I said, it has a fan base already. It had a whole bunch of pages, especially on Facebook, especially when I was younger. And I was part of one of those like Vampire Academy fan page when I was younger and stuff like that. So that's what I'm saying. And then of course, when we find out that it was a movie and they basically was raising money for the movie, and when the money was finally raised and we finally got the movie, we was disappointed with the movie and things like that. And we kind of just like let it, like, we was like, you know what, it's whatever. We tried. Is It was fun while we, thought we could dream and things like that. But when, again, like I said, this TV show came out, so most of us probably, well, I know for me, I was happy until I find out again who was behind it. I was like, oh Lord, this is gonna be horrible. And yeah, I was right. I was correct. And for my fellow Vampire Academy fam, like, for them, I just want to let y'all know that we deserve more, okay? Don't ever settle for less. Because I'm going to be honest, this Vampire Academy TV series, sorry, I can't talk. That's how frustrated I am. But yeah, this Vampire Academy TV series was not what we deserve, because we deserve better. We deserve them to go by the book. We deserve exactly what the fans of Bridgerton are getting, okay? That's what we deserve. And I feel like if they ever decide to do this again, for the love of God, please just go by the books. Go by the books. And I mean that with any other projects. If if there are more TV or book adaptations out there, I just hope y'all listen to me very well. Go buy the books. It's okay to go buy the books. Because let me tell you, 9 times out of 10, the books are better. The books are way better. Okay, so just go buy the books. This is what is going to end up. Because again, Vampire Academy could have been so much more. The TV show could have been so much more. It could have been wonderful. It could have been great. It could have been awesome. However, it decided to do this nonsense. And you know what's funny? Because, this isn't the first, um, this isn't the first, well, not the first, but this isn't the only thing that got a reboot. I know Interview with a Vampire got a reboot. And let me tell you, it's good because it at least, like, even though they made some changes and stuff like that, they didn't make too much of a change of like the story itself. Okay? And that's what I'm saying. Like, they changed everything. They literally changed everything. This was a different type of story. This really was. Also, I forgot to mention that Sonya's lover actually gets killed. And the crazy part about it, he is alive in the books. Matter of fact, he is there when Sonya is turned back into her her original self. So again, like I said, I'm just so disappointed, so like just so angry that they decide to just like switch everything up, and for some of the fans to be like, well, it was good and stuff. It wasn't. Like, when you look at it, was not good. It is not good at all. Like, really at all, because again, they changed so much about it and things like that. They changed so much about it when they really didn't need to. Especially changing how some of the characters are. Um, and then just changing the plot itself. Cause again, like yeah, people were getting on, like, yeah, of course, like they was getting on people. I want to say Rose, yeah, was getting on Lisa case for, like, trying to be with Christian and stuff like that. However, I don't know where I was going at that point. Sorry about that. I guess I'm just frustrated by, like, just how everything again turned out. And then Dimitri banging Tatiana again. Like, come, be freaking for real. And also, that's the main thing I want to talk about. All the freaking sex scenes. I was like, okay, not the first season. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Not the first season. Nothing sexual be now. There are scenes where it's close to sexual. It's close to sexual that happens. But yeah, no. No, they didn't even have that. I think that's the thing that bothered me the most, because there was a moment, if I'm not mistaken, like, yeah, Rose has some type of, like, I want to say, like, there's some type of charm or something that she she gets from Victor that she wears around her neck on the night of the dance, because there's a dance and stuff like that. That's what I'm saying. None of that happened. Like, I'm just saying, scenes that we want to see, like scenes that we want to see being brought to life, to know that like they just changed that shit all the way up, it just ticked me off so freaking bad. Like, so freaking bad. And then, like, again, the scenes that we want to see, especially when Rose and Lisa are out on their own. What else? Of course, when Rose kind of like breaks a leg, would think she break a leg. Oh, the scene that I really wanted to see, because there was a moment like people were talking about Rose being a blood whore because Lisa fed off of her, because there was like a rumor going around, because like again they was out in the real world, and like, people were asking Lisa like, how did you feed, because like, part of like the Moroi, they do have to feed. So they was asking Lisa, and I forgot how they found out, but like, yeah, there was a whole rumor going around, and like it made Rose like vulnerable because she was crying and stuff. And that's when Lisa decided to use her compulsion to like go around and like tell people like no, she didn't feed, like, basically being a best friend. And we didn't even get a scene like that, to be honest. If I'm being honest, like, we got scenes of them being best friends, but like not the way that we wanted to, like not the scenes that we wanted, the scenes that we deserved. Again, I kid you not. That's why I just shake my head, because it's like you can't pull a vampire. I mean, you can't pull a Vampire Diaries. You can't. You can't. And that's what they tried to do, and it failed epically. It failed epically. Like, look, all the people that they had, they could, once again, all the people that they cast, they could just went by the book. It's not that hard to go by the book. It really wasn't that hard to go by the book. Like, they could go by the book and switch some characters. Because, again, like I said, Mason was looking like Eddie. Eddie was looking like Mason. Mia was not even a bitch. She was just being realistic. Which, again, I'm still, like, just blown away about that part. I'm trying to figure out what else. Having someone that was like dead, like, I mean dead, like he wasn't coming back to life. Having someone who was dead in the book actually being alive, and then him being turned to Strigoi, I was over that shit. I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I was like, I'm done. I am done. Cause what? Cause again, they died in the car crash. Like like Lisa's mother, father, and her brother, and stuff like that. So yeah, overall, I just think that yeah, this was horrible. And if there was some way for them to come back from this, it's to actually go by the book. The books is to actually go by the books. It really is, because like that's the only way that Vampire Academy is going to actually thrive. Because what people fail to realize is that, especially if you do a TV show or movie adaptation of a book, especially one that's very popular, because Vampire, and that's the thing, Vampire Academy is very popular. So it's like, yeah, you're gonna have to go buy the book, because if you don't, people are just gonna be uninterested in it. And I don't blame them, because it's like you made a different story that nobody wanted, in my opinion. Because for the fans, especially the older ones, we we wanted to watch this TV show to feel nostalgic, and we couldn't even do that. I know I couldn't, and I know I know my friends. We were talking about it, like we was discussing it and stuff like that, and I was like, like we was all like, we can't even be nostalgic, and that's true. But that's all I have to say about Vampire Academy. If any of you have any 2 cents about Vampire Academy and stuff, please leave it down in the comment below. And please don't be hateful, because if you do be hateful, yeah, your comment will be deleted. Straight up. Okay. But anywho, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, see ya!